One. Hi.
Hello.
Doing everything wrong
I
since
almost
day
said good
one.
morning.
It is Monument Hobbies Productions.
What? I
What?
did it all right.
I said the one. We're not supposed to say one,
Oh.
but I do it anyway.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do everything right.
Okay.
I ruin it by saying one.
Right.
Hi.
Sound
Hi.
okay?
Look.
Yes.
Look,
Okay.
I'm going to turn it
Sound
around, but this
on.
is what you can't have yet. How about them apples? It's a neat. What day is it? Thursday.
It's Thursday. Yeah, it's not hump day.
It is Thursday. It's Thursday.
We told you about this. We
Thursday.
prepared you not to feel like you're confused that it's Friday today.
Wad wasn't here yesterday.
We said it last week. I told everyone on Friday. I get lots of extra gen time this week.
I think this one's special. It'll just be the black hats with the Hobby Nerd and the M, like you see me be wearing, but yeah.
If you want to think it's Friday, that's fine. I just don't want you to be disappointed when tomorrow you wake up and realize that it's actually Friday and you still have one more day of work.
I get special hats.
I do too, right?
I don't know. Gabe says so, but they're not here.
Well, that mine was here.
Well, not here.
Oh,
like it's not on
here,
your head
so
here.
We don't know for sure. We have no proof.
We have no proof.
Right.
I haven't seen yours.
Okay.
I think it's pink.
Well, you asked if I wanted a pink one.
Yeah. That's what I told him.
Okay.
So I assume it's a pink hat.
We'll see. Maybe I'll wear.
Kenneth
It
Thread,
fits my
hats and
gigantic
shirts and all the new stuff should be available very soon. We got the last approval samples coming, and then as soon as we get them approved, they'll be on the site. We already have the back end tested on the site. We are switching over to an apparel process that is a on-demand printing, shipped from a third party, but through the website, so you only have to pay once, and they take care of it, so it doesn't cost you more shipping and stuff, but it'll come from a site. It'll be fulfilled separately than from us so that we can get higher quality shirts and stuff and keep them in stock is the big thing. We still have the press here. We can still make stuff here custom, but for the bulk of the stuff so that we can make sure it's in stock, it's happening from a third party. And it'll be on the website, I hope, in the next few weeks. So, we have some rad shirts. Like, I'm really stoked. I was so hoping that when I saw that the hat was here, because I was in a meeting with Gabe today, and I see the hat on his shelf, and I was like, the shirts are here too. And he goes, no, the shirts come from a different place than the hats. And I was like, because I'm excited for the shirts.
So does that mean that they're placed separately?
Yeah, they'll come in separate boxes. Yeah, they're shipped from another place, not us. So we're trying it out. We'll see how it goes, if their customer service lives up to par. But supposedly it's spot on, and they handle it, and it interfaces in with our back end, so they shop at the same place. It's on the store, they buy it, everything happens correctly, and then they just get it shipped in a second. It'll come separately.
Like Amazon.
Exactly. Like you buy 3 things on Amazon, it comes in 3 boxes, that kind of stuff. So people should be used to that. Stan, good evening or afternoon. It's only afternoon. It's literally only 2 o'clock. Will there be a nerd shit hat or a shirt? Yes. We will make them eventually. I think in this first, I don't remember in this first round if it's Hobby Nerd Monument and the Nerd Shit one or how those are going, but we will make them. And we have some cool shirts coming too. We have a Monument logo shirt that I'm stoked. We may get sued, but I really like it. It may create a cease and desist for us, but it's fun while it lasts. So get the shirt when you see it. I will wear it on stream, hopefully tomorrow if they come. If they're not here today, they're supposed to come tomorrow, but I don't know if anybody will be there to get them at the factory if Gabe is there in the morning. But it'll be a lot of fun.
Spin your hat around while you're talking so everyone can see it.
Huh?
Spin your hat around so everyone can see it real quick.
They're the full embroidered Hobby Nerd hats. We've never had embroidered Hobby Nerd hats. They've always been the iron-on one.
Yeah.
Right? We had the embroidered M, so this one turned out really nice.
And we didn't really sell the printed Hobby Nerd hats.
Oh no, only for a limited time, but it never printed well enough. I don't even know if we put them on the store actually. Yeah. We might have taken a couple 2 shows, but yeah.
Hi Jordan. His brother's on leave, so he's spending some time with his family.
Him and his excuses. He was just on a boat.
That's what he
says. Now it's his family.
You might be right that he's drinking mojitos on the beach. We don't really know for sure. He was in chat briefly yesterday, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a mojito in one hand.
His brother's in the Navy and doesn't get a lot of leave, so it's nice to be able to spend time with him.
Do they come in plus size dome piece?
I have a big head.
I have a gigantic head.
My head is a 7 7/8 hat size, and I'm on 3 snaps. Right? I'm on 3 snaps with a 7 7/8. So if you're bigger than that, I can't help you. But it fits my dome pretty good. If Jason makes Monument queso, you'll have your dinner plan set for the rest of your life. We could do that. I will call somebody and have queso by the jar made with our brand on it, and we will sell that stuff. Because it's one of the few things we could actually keep here and sell. That and what else? I guess technically salsa, because it doesn't have to be refrigerated until you open it, right? We need to work with Los Dos to make their salsa so that all these people around the world order Monument salsa and die when they eat it. You're not ready for the heat.
They don't sell it jarred, though.
But we would jar it.
Well,
I'm saying they give it to us, and we'll buy a machine.
I don't like that. Okay, yes. Fuzzinator. Hold on. We have a question here. Just got done talking to Jordan. Was hoping you could go over red up to pyrrole red? Like a burnt red? Struggling with the coverage of pyrrole red. Also, he had said something about free brushes for being cool. I bet he did not.
I don't think that's the case.
He's here, so he will be able to...
You just got done talking to Jordan, hoping you go over red up to pyrrole red. You're struggling with the coverage of pyrrole red. What are you trying to put pyrrole red over? Black? Fuzzy, help me understand what your process is being right now.
Jordan... Here we go. From Jordan. Having trouble with base set. He just
I just need more info.
White and red.
He's telling me I have trouble with colors doesn't help me. So let me know what it is, what you're putting it over, and Pro Occult t-shirts commissioned. You might be very happy in the next couple of days. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You might be very, very happy in the next couple of days. I can go on this and then we'll circle back. We need a chainmail and metal color. I'm assuming the thing around his neck is leather. Studded leather collar and studded leather gloves is my thought there. That's probably correct. No, not in the next few days. I'll be showing them off in the next few days. And then it'll only be a matter of, if we approve them, then it'll be in the next few days, like early next week, that they're on the site. Because Gabe's already got all that working and tested. We just have to have the approval for the shirts getting here. We like the shirt, the fit of the shirt. They're really good shirts. They're going to be a little bit more expensive than the shirts in the past because we're using really heavy duty, really nice 100% cotton non-shriek shirts that are super rad. Better collars, better quality all around. So I'm excited for it.
Can't wait to see them.
I think I had him order me 5 of each design so that I can just have that be my whole wardrobe now during summer. So that'll be it's only 2 shirts. It's only 2 designs, but you'll get very bored of my shirt designs, but they are rad. And when they come out, like I said, one of them you'll probably have to order quickly so that when the cease and desist comes for us, that you'll already have one, and then it'll be a collector's item. So
no t-shirts.
Yeah, the t-shirts. Buzzinator, are you out there? When you get to it, just let me know your process if you're out there, and let me know what your base coat is, if it's black or white, and then how you're trying to build up to pyrrole red, and I can help you with that for sure.
Bye, Jordan. Okay,
there we go. Struggling with the base set in general. You're used to GW and you made the switch looking to get better at painting with Monument. How many coats to get a smooth finish? I need more, like I said, I need more information. Bold pyrrole red is a bright color. If you're trying to put it over black, it's going to give you more problems because our pigments are all very fine art pigments, and in some cases you're working with paints that'll be more translucent, and so they don't layer like the desaturated hobby paints you're used to. In order to keep that vibrancy, you build them up. But help me understand how are you painting your red that you're having problems with? Let me know. So you're putting it directly over black. Okay, so let's just take the time real quick to show painting red real quick. What do I have here?
It sounds like he just has a base set. So
yeah, he's got burnt red and mahogany. They're in the base set.
Okay, yeah.
One of the best red workups is in the base set
true.
for that reason.
Yep.
I need something that is primed black though. Okay, I have a Space Marine. I have a marine. So let's go. I'm just going to show you real quick a quick 2-color workup. The colors that you have. You've got bold pyro red, right? And you have burnt red, right? So one of the best ways to get going with painting is to give yourself a darker version of the ultimate color that you want to see as a base coat, because it acts as your shadow right away, and it eliminates some of the hassle with having to go in and back paint your shadows, right? Because if you paint with bold pyro red, it's not going to have a good shadow color to it. So we'll just paint this shoulder pad. I have no idea what that white stuff on the shoulder is, but it has a texture, so that's kind of weird. And with darker colors like the burnt red, you'll get a much quicker coating, but I am not adding any water to the paint. I am literally just a little dampness on the brush, wiping it off on my paper towel, loading the brush up with paint, and then painting the model. So nothing fancy going on with what I'm doing here, just a continual, I don't know what that white stuff was on there. It looks like it might have been poster tack. So that area might not stick very well. We'll try to be careful with it. Okay, so then we get a good coverage of just burnt red over black, right? It's a good solid coat. In really one coat. I went over some areas twice just because I was moving fast with the brush, but that's a good solid coat. And to show you what I'm doing with the brush, this is just standard painting etiquette. Pop out all the way. I just rinse my brush real quick, and whatever water is in the brush, I leave it. I don't wipe the brush on the side of the cup to get the water off of it. I just rinse it, then lift it out, and then on my paper towel, if I'm going to be base coating, I'm just like 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing, 5, 6, wipe as much as I think. It's still going to leave a little bit of moisture on the brush so that paint flows, but then I go straight into the paint with that. So with whatever, you know, it's still a little bit shiny. See that? Got a little bit of shine, so there's still a little bit of moisture in there, but not enough. When you do this, it's like you're trying to make sure that if you're base coating, when you have the brush ready to go, when you wipe it on your hand, you shouldn't see a lot of wetness. The brush should feel cold and damp, but not a lot of water coming off here. The water should remain in the bristles. Kind of like when you dry your hair with a towel, it's still damp. You still have to hit it with a hair dryer, but it's dry enough to not drip. That's what you're looking for. Okay. Then once you've done that, you have a good coat on that, then you can put on the bold pyro red. And again, nothing fancy with it. Shake it well. Same damp brush. I'm going to go ahead and re-dampen it. Again, hit it 4, 5, 6 times against my paper towel. Load the brush up. I just have however much paint fits in my brush. Now, when I'm going for my layering, I typically will take a little bit off, and then I will come back over here and start layering that up over the top of the burnt red. And I'll use kind of like light brush strokes just to help me. I'm not really blending. We're going really quick here. Just light brush strokes down at the bottom to kind of feather it up into the burnt red. So I leave that burnt red shadow down below, and then a heavier brush stroke up top where I want there to be a lot of paint. And because now we're painting bright red over dark red, you get a more immediate sense of the brightness, but you also get the depth on the model that you're looking for. And just a couple of coats of that because my burnt red's still a little bit not quite fully dry, right? And so that's how I start. That's the basic principle. Now up here, if I was really shading, right, this top part wouldn't have any shadow on it, so I'd fill this in and leave the shadow just kind of working towards the back, but, you know, we're not really talking about that right now, right? So that's how you would paint red. Now, if you just want to start with red over black, you can do it. Let's do the side of the leg here. You're just going to know that on the first coat, even when I leave all the paint on there and don't wipe it off, right, still with just a damp brush, I can put it on there and I'm going to see some of the black through it, right? Because like I said, we don't add opacifiers to these colors. You're talking about pyro red pigment. And while being fairly opaque, it's not opaque enough to cover up all of your black in one go. And so you want to make sure that you're doing a fairly thin application with the understanding that it isn't going to be perfect on the first coat. I always teach, never expect the first brushstroke of any color to work magic and be done. That's not how paint works. You're going to have to go back over it. You're going to have to go clean it up. You're going to have to go straighten your line. You're going to have to put another coat on to make it opaque, maybe a filter over it to get the right color. Always know that this is a multi-step process when painting regardless, if you want to have a good finished result, right? So on that, you can see that messiness of the red, nowhere near the cleanliness of the red up here, except for where the poster tack was. I unfortunately am sorry, but there was like white gunk on here, and as I go over it, it keeps moving off of the shoulder pad. I think it was poster tack for some reason. Right? But I get a nice even coat of the red that blends into my dark red and gives me a much better paint job and a simple two-step process. If you're going to put 2 coats of paint on, do it like this. Start with a dark red and then go to bright red, because in 2 coats, you get some transition of shadow, and it does all that work for you, as opposed to here, I've done 1 coat. I'm going to have to do another coat, but I'm not going to get that shadow, right? Start with a dark color, work to a bright color, then your 2 applications of paint do more heavy lifting towards making your model look better than 2 coats of a bright color over black, because now, I've got this messy look to it, which is fixable, right? My second coat will fix that. Again, nothing fancy. I'm going to take a little bit of the paint off so I'm not just slopping tons on there. But now when I go over this, I'll get a much smoother and more opaque finish. Just make sure that you're doing it, waiting until the bottom layer is dry. Otherwise, you're just going to move the bottom layer and it's going to keep it messy. So you got to have patience if you're going to paint the whole model and do 2 coats to layer up to opacity. You got to give it more time to dry. Okay. But then I can do that and I start smoothing out the red and it starts looking as good as on top. But now I'm missing the shadow, right? So now I don't have what I have here. See how that burnt red and the red work together to give me the volume of the shoulder pad? That works a lot better. Boy, that's really horrible. I bet if I do this, it all comes off. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Whatever that white stuff is causing lots of problems here. I should have cleaned it off first.
About how matte should it look when it dries?
Very. Very. I mean, all of our colors dry very matte, and Bold Pyro Red and all of the reds are some of the most matte. So they'll dry very, very matte. If you're thinning them too much, you will break the matte. That's how matte works, is that it is an inclusion in the paint. Typically, pigments are semi-gloss or glossy, and so we have to put material in the paint to make it matte finish. If you thin it a whole lot, then you spread that matting agent out, and the pigment can retain some of its satiny look. So it'll get shinier the more you thin it, right? So if you're working very thin and trying to layer up, you may have watched some YouTubers or picked up some habits from other painters where they're trying to glaze in 15 coats of paint. Bad habit. It's great for people that have learned how to make that work, but it is a bad habit for painting in general. If you're trying to get a fully saturated and opaque color, don't ever paint that way. Paint like I did, paint in 1 or 2 coats. Start from a darker version of the color and work up, and you'll get fantastic results every time. I mean, that's how we paint everything that we paint, right? Regardless if it's reds or purples or blacks or blues or whatever, you're going to learn, if you haven't already, that the opacity of the paint is how you control how you layer and blend and filter and get those more advanced techniques to really look good, is by putting down a base coat that's opaque. And then we have a video on our YouTube channel called Just Do This. If you go to our YouTube channel, if you can put the YouTube link up there, just the raw YouTube link, check out the YouTube channel, and in the search bar on our channel, not at the top of YouTube, but on the channel search, Just Do This. And it'll pull up a video that shows, I don't have the model in front of me, it's one of our texture trainers. I show you how I go through my layering process, how the first time I do a color, I start dark, do a fully solid color of the dark color like you saw me with the burnt red. Then the first coat of the next color, in this case Pyro Red, I do very thin. I thin it down more and I put it over so it starts blending. Then I do an opaque version of the red over it. Then if I go to brighter red, then I put a thin layer and then a thick layer, thin and thick. I hate using the word thick, but you get my drift. And that is the best way to get to where you can start having well blended models, get the volumes built on it, start to control color really well, and not have to work with colors that are artificially opaque that then don't mix and don't blend very well and are pretty desaturated. They're not always as bright a colors you want. So,
Fuzzinator, did that help you? If you still have questions, type them in. Let us know.
How long will an unopened bottle of PA last? you accidentally ordered some bottles that you already had, bought from a shop in Canada that I had to order online and don't want to mail it back to them. A long time. I mean, we still have
They're
bottles,
sealed.
and we have customers that have bottles they've been using since 2018 when we launched the line. Right, the line's 8 years old, and we still have people that are using. They were in 17 mil thin bottles when they first came out for first 8 or 9 months, and we still have people that are painting from those. It depends a lot on your weather, how you store them, things like that. But you
These
should
are
be good.
unopened.
If they're unopened, they should.
Unopened
You should
duplicates. So just leave the seal on, and you'll be good. A few things happened while you were explaining that, and I didn't want to interrupt. Tabletop News gifted 5 subs. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Little Vixie, Wire Fiffage, K Max, Blades, and Tire Dome. Make sure that you thank Tabletop News for those gifted subs.
Travel Cedric, yeah, if you keep them in a drawer. Just remember that the longer you let a paint lay on its side or stand on its up, whatever, the longer it sits, the more you'll have to shake it. It's always good if you go through your whole collection. I know some people have thousands of paints, but your usable paints, the ones you plan on using, if you just go through every now and then and give them a quick shake, not just Procryl, every paint you have, because remember that acrylic paints are a suspension, not a solution like salt water. The paint doesn't like dissolve into it and become red paint. It's still medium and resin and matting agent and pigment, and all of those things fall to the bottom, which is why you see the lots of color at the bottom of a bottle you haven't used in a long time. The more you shake it up and reconstitute it, the better it'll be over a long period of time. The longer you let it sit as it's separated, the more that the pigment and stuff at the bottom can kind of get goopy, and when you go to shake it, it doesn't always mix back in great. But we're talking years worth of sitting. So,
Haley, I got the Kickbot actually right away in both Kick and Restream. It won't go away in Twitch chat.
Belial, the towel will definitely come back on the channel. I just got bored doing nothing but edge highlighting. Technically, since last Friday, I'm on a palette cleanse. That palette cleanse took a little bit of a detour as I was doing, another army. But we'll get back to all and every of what you've seen. Right now, though, before we start this, I have a surprise.
Woo!
I have a surprise.
D-Fresh, this is why Jason's in a collared shirt, because of this surprise. Actually, he wears them quite often.
Like every day.
Pretty much every day. Except on a casual weekend or something.
Or like from now on, if I get these cool new T-shirts, and then that's my wardrobe, and you'll get bored of me being in T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
I have new toys that I have
this.
deigned you worthy.
This is a good day to be here.
I have deigned you worthy, chat. Right, for those of you that are here, I want you to watch something. I'm gonna punch in and do the uber close. I want you to join me and relish in a very amazing thing you're about to see.
Oh, it sounds like that helps Fuzzinator, by the way.
Awesome.
So Jordan and you guys are a big help. Awesome.
Yeah, and anytime you have questions like that, don't hesitate to ask. Our paints work differently on purpose. They are fine art paints, not just hobby paints. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a learning curve to get used to what real art, fine art pigment works like. But the results are worth the learning.
Is this bronze? What is this color?
I'm doing this to piss Chris off.
Bronze.
Oh, yeah.
That is nice.
Oh, yeah. This is dark bronze. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
One coat of dark bronze over white.
Not one step metallics, no.
No, this is just one coat of dark bronze over white with a messy number 6 brush and no special anything. You're just seeing me slap color on here.
Nice. So chocolatey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh. Oh. But wait. But wait, it gets worse.
Worse?
Better?
Better. Vinci V approved metallics?
One can only hope.
Wow. Literally
Vince is going to be mad you're
now.
seeing these before he does. Let's just put it that way. Vince is going to be upset that I let the uninitiated. Why are there hairs all over? That always worries me.
Oh, Tabletop News said the subs are a thank you for the special sauce Mally sent us.
Awesome.
We're excited to bring more monument news for the German peeps.
Fantastic.
Well, we're excited
Thank you,
too.
thank you, thank you.
That's awesome. Jason does it for the vibe.
Well, here you go. Here's a quick news piece for you. Monument stuns world with possible new metallics, question mark?
Pro Synthetic set includes an X10, X10, 00, 2, 4, and 6. No. X10, I thought there were 6 in that one.
5 now.
There were 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. X10, 00, 2, 4, 6.
Oh, no.
1.
There are 6. You have a 1.
1, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, you have a 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, that looks good.
These are like, you know, I want to paint fingernails now.
New metallics. First time trying them out right now. Right?
First time they're seeing them.
First is it the first time you're using them?
No, we've already got the formula dialed in. We're seeing all the colors now.
Oh, okay.
We're going through the coloring on them. But look at that shine, for crying out loud. I'll show you a couple that are dry, just so you know that it's not just because the paint's wet.
Oh
I want you
gosh.
to look at the gold, friends. Friends, family, and countrymen, I want you to appear. Place your peeps upon rich gold in its newest incarnation.
That model is at Atom, right?
Yeah, this is the Atom logo mascot for Atomic Mass Games. We have like a bajillion of them.
Is it something anyone could buy?
No,
it's
you
for
can
paint
get them
and
at the
takes.
shows. It's a press fit plastic model that they do, but they only give them away at like paint and takes and shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Already got people asking about release dates. Bud wants to know when he can get his mitts on them. Silver said, "You guys already abused my bank account enough. This is madness."
Look at that shiny copper.
Might order some since I can't find any at my LGS. Well, are you talking about these? These are not out yet. Monday said, "I just got the metallic set. Are these new colors or new formula?"
New formula. Don't worry, they're not happening like immediately. The metallics are still very valid. That dark bronze is awesome.
Yeah, they're all wow.
And then, of course, the silver, as it sets up and dries, is almost eye burn level shine.
Oh my gosh, I love the silver.
Right.
Of a mighty need.
A mighty need.
Is there a release date?
No. As always, I'm infuriating you by giving you early information so that you feel infuriated.
Are we talking months and months?
Months.
Okay.
Months. End of the year type stuff. We still have 2 releases of One Step coming, so there's still quite a bit in the pipeline. But they are one of the next things. The big thing here is we have created a new, I'm going to call it pigment, but it is something that it has to be, it's very specific, and so the timelines on it are very long, and so we don't have it in production quantities until we approve all the colors. But this is light
so you have
bronze.
time to start putting money aside for.
Oh yeah, you can start saving. Light bronze.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, Lil Billy, tomorrow too. I mean, tomorrow is, you expect that I'll be here and Christopher won't. And then next week, for sure, I will be here Thursday. Possibly Wednesday as well. I don't know yet.
And Friday as normal, right?
And Friday as normal. But this is Lil Billy, so.
It's Chris.
He's looking for the non-Chris streams.
Sorry, there's a hair. There's a bunch of hair on these guys.
Not August 1st, no.
Trying to push the hair off the forehead. I can't get that one. That one's like glued on.
Oh, on the model.
The one on the face there.
Trapped underneath the primer.
Yeah, when they primed it, it's locked in.
Ghost Hunter is asking for a brass color.
Yeah, we can do any color. It's one of the reasons why we haven't been adding more metallics that people have been asking for, because we've been looking at a new formula for quite a while now. Oh.
Oh my gosh, they're so smooth.
Oh. Yeah, the only texture you're seeing is the texture of the spray primer.
Yeah,
it's that spray white primer. You can see how spotty the spray white primer is. That's the only reason you're seeing any texture in these at all.
Haley said that looks like gold leaf. I can't see the Micaflex.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, is that you don't look like a bass boat with these. Our current metallics are really smooth, but we wanted something that flowed even better.
Smoother.
And we're always trying to push the envelope on what we can do. And
goodness. Are these going to replace the current metals?
I don't have that answer for you yet. Okay. We're still in the process of thinking about that. A lot of that comes down to how well we can color match. And then probably there'll be some crossover time.
One Wolf said, money talks. Mine says, I'm going to Monument Hobbies. Bye.
What is that?
So smooth, good coverage.
And then last but not least is white gold. Another bright one.
Oh, we gotta move down a little. Oh. Oaken Fury said, I thought I loved the dark browns till I saw the light browns, right?
And just like everything you know from us, they mix very well, play very well with others.
Double T wants to know if you could do pink plaid metallic.
Yes. Every single paint set we have is a starter set for pink plaid, including the metallics. The fact that there's no pink metallic, that's on you. That's a test, as Chris would say. Don't fail.
Ghostbev wants to know if you could do a comparison with the current metallics just to show how much better they are.
Yeah. Let's do rich gold.
Hello, Jade. Little Billy, that's the one thing that I have not learned yet. They're holding on to that knowledge.
What's that?
The giveaways. Little Billy is worried that Chris has removed his name from all the giveaways. So he wants to make sure it's back in when
100%
we
he
give
did.
these away.
100%. He even told you live on stream that he did. He's not even hiding anything, right?
New Metallics Commando Ken, but not for a while. This is just a preview right now.
The thing that you'll notice is that the coloring will appear a little bit different because of the shine. It's really that simple. Oh. Like, look at the shine going from the chest and where that line should be that bright going down the belly. And this is dry.
So the top one is the new one, and the belly is the original.
The original, yeah.
Oh my goodness! It is, the color looks a little different. Looks a
little less orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're working on right now, is just determining what we have to do to get the coloring correct. There's a different process for these new ones, so we still have some lab time with getting that dialed in, but we're working to get them as close as humanly possible. The new formulation is different enough that we're also going to take advantage of that and some of the things that we had to decide with the earlier versions. But you can see, like, there's that light hitting. This looks still wet. I mean, it looks like it's liquid or something, but it's
shiny. Not. If you're on our regular mailing list, then you will get announcements for these when they get closer.
100%.
Yeah. No separate list.
If you're new around here, you're gonna learn that I am the king of frustrating the crap out of you, because I include you in our development process early enough to make you mad. Because you'll see,
of
by the time I'm ready to put it on stream, it's already a given that it's going to work really well. It's just the final dialing in of things. And then that's when it's like, but when can we has?
This is not the secret product that it led to one step.
Belial, all aluminum for one. No more mica.
How about airbrushing?
Yeah. Yep.
But our regular metallics go through the airbrush, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Very well. Yeah.
Tabletop news, yes.
A kind of a first in a fully water-based there's paints. They're really, really good. Oh yeah, I mean, like you have to trust in the fact that I use all this stuff.
Mhm.
If it doesn't airbrush, I airbrush with it. So it has to have a reason why it would be a paint I wouldn't want to airbrush
Yeah.
with. And like the expert acrylics, I don't intend to airbrush with, but you can. But I didn't test them for airbrushing and how they work because they're artist acrylics. I know you can put our one-step medium or glazed wash medium, turn them and liquefy them and airbrush them. That's fine. They work great that way. But that's not the way you see me use them all the time. But they still work, you know. But that's the only thing that I can think of other than the texture trainers that I wouldn't care if it didn't airbrush well. Right.
It would be difficult to put a texture trainer through an airbrush.
Technically, Stan, I just painted 6 models. See how I did that? See how I did that? All right. Unfortunately, I don't want to paint these guys with metallic paints because this would be a great time to do exactly that. But I don't want to use metallics on these guys.
Game Delay said, I have absolutely used expert acrylics in my airbrush for filtering. There
Yeah,
you go.
the Nicolazzo yellow is one that I'm like, yes, you know, it's a color that I thin down and use the airbrush.
Stan, which would you have preferred? Would you have preferred to just watch him paint this, or was it cool to see new things?
He knows he loved it.
And can you name them fun names like stood next to me at the urinal gold?
Awkward urinal stare.
Awkward banana eating stare.
Awkward banana stare gold. Yes.
Too close in
just
an
for
elevator.
you. Just for you. This is our new naming. We're throwing out our pride and joy of naming colors what they are, and instead we're going to start with just naming things ridiculous names. We see that was the rope-a-dope. We've convinced the rest of the industry that now they need to use standard painting names, as they're all starting to do. And then we're going to go to, like, you know, Dragon Sphincter Purple
No.
or something like that. No? I think Dragon Sphinx would be really good.
Haley, we've gotten a lot better. I don't think the one step sold out quickly.
What's that?
The ones Haley said, Jason teases us with cool products until we're basically foaming at the mouth for them, and then we sell them out. Hold on, it went away. Sell them out at lightning speed when they finally drop. It's an interesting business practice, but I don't think we sold out of the one steps.
No, we were in stock the whole time.
The
I think
special sauce.
special sauce went out of stock for like 2 days, and then again for a couple weeks. But we've been able to, as we grow, we've been able to handle demand a lot better. But yeah, you're on to us. That's the plan. I like getting people excited. Yeah. I like to share. And I get, if I'm excited, I want you excited.
Jason is not a great, I mean, he's a very good gift giver. He buys very nice gifts.
But I can't keep it a
but
secret.
He can't keep it. So as soon as he has it, he wants to give it.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's weeks away.
Oh, yeah. So I bought you this for your birthday.
Yeah.
Her birthday's in August. I would buy it today, and she would get it today. Maybe tomorrow. I might be able to fight myself off for one night.
He wanted, for our anniversary, he got a cool iron hearts sculpture thing, and he ordered it. It was custom made, and he wanted to tell me about it immediately. I'm like, no,
I didn't.
It's
though,
not
did
our
I?
anniversary. No,
Okay.
I wouldn't let you.
And then it arrived late.
So I did let you show me on our actual anniversary.
Yeah,
date,
because it
was
arrived late.
Yeah.
And a custom piece of art made, but it didn't show up in time, which sucked. I'm using Payne's Gray, and I'm letting the brush load of water stay in there just so maybe I can capture a little bit of the white undertone from this.
Megan Sphincter, I hardly know her.
That one actually works.
One Wolf said you need to name the next Wizard's Wet set Dragon Sphincter.
It's just Dragon
Pretty
Sphinx.
close.
It's the short Sphinx.
Little Billy said, Jason, can I just say that I appreciate you and your team's drive to innovate and make such great products. I'm now known as the mini painter guy at work and have sold the Pro Curl brand to 2 random workers on my floor who are getting into painting. And you're still making even more new products. Can't wait. I'm not saying that.
What? Did he lead you astray?
No, it's just the names. Can't wait for Dragon Sphincter and Chocolate Starfish.
Aw. Wow. I have
Hey.
I have a lot of hand oil on this shoulder plate here. I'm going to show you what to do when your paint beads up on the less than stellar primer job on these. You just let it do its thing. Make sure you drag the paint over every surface and let it bead up. That shoulder plate isn't going to cover very well. I was also working with the paint very thin, so just put it on there, let it dry. Then when you go back over it, it'll cover fine. Because the resin from the, even the thin paint that you put on there will overtake the waxy sheen of rattle can primer. Always a struggle with rattle can primers. We love our black. I would put up there with being the best model primer on the planet if you don't have an airbrush.
Our spray can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But even if you don't shake our black, it can give you problems. Or if you let it trail off. See, like see how it's pulling?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that happens, don't freak out. Just keep putting paint on there. You may not be getting the pigment to all stay in one location, but the medium and the resin is, and so it will cover the whole area and like I said, overtake that bad surface. Because what happens when the paint either isn't mixed properly, or maybe it was at the end of a spray, although it's on both of these shoulders, so it's probably the same thing. You know, like this when the paint pulls, but now that it's dry, now when I go back over it, right, notice how it won't pull on those white spots, and you'll get coverage, because even on those white spots where it pulled previously, the resin, the matting agent, all the clear stuff in the paint is there, and is dry and cured on there and holding true. So you don't have to worry about with the second coat, and it'll cover great. That first coat can get spotty though.
That kind of defeats the whole purpose of Wizard's Butt, because what color is a Wizard's Butt anyway?
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Commando Ken, he said that he hasn't decided that yet, if they're going to be a replacement for the current metallics or if they will both be available.
Yeah, because we still have to get the pricing profile on it and all of that. When we design products, we very rarely do it. I mean, there's some pricing that we take into account, you know, like if we know the product that we're being quoted that it needs to have to work is like $1 million, then we know right out of the gates that that's probably not gonna work the way we want it to. So we may, you know, back away from a project early if we know the component parts are too expensive. But in general, we don't think in terms of pricing. We think in terms of, does it do what we want it to do? Does it do it at a very high quality method? Then we figure out how to bring value to it with the pricing and the manufacturing, what we have to do in terms of, you know, size of bottle, how to offset any of that extreme cost if we run into it. Like, you know, metallic medium is technically not very affordable if we were to sell it at the same type of profit math that we do all the other colors. Our metallic medium is by itself, which there should be a metallic medium in these new ones as well. But yeah, it's almost unaffordable to make, but we offset its cost with, you know, the pricing of the other 150 colors. So it's kind of a loss leader, but we wouldn't sacrifice quality and turn out anything less. We just won't make it if we can't have it have the value we want and quality we want.
Snowblinky is asking, what's a good way to color match to other lines, especially when painting army?
There are some apps out there like Paint Rack, some other new ones that are out now I can't keep up with them all. Everybody's and their mother's making a new painters app. Um, that do a pretty good job, but it's all digital color, right? So it's all the hex codes that they're delivered, and so depending on your monitor, it may or may not work for you. That's the best way though, because they'll have the comparisons between each manufacturer. They can show you like, hey, if you have Citadel, whatever Goblin Green, here's what comes closest from other lines. Those work pretty well. Again, they're always going to be a close approximation. I think the biggest thing is to get your brain set to where, models. And if you were to look at the U.S. Army, lay it out in uniform, you would find lots of color variation. Even Marine in their dress blues, right, are going to have variations in the color of that blue when you get close. So I train people to not worry about it. So long as you can get very close, you're good, because the rest of it is played off as the right kind of variation in Army. Now, if you have half your Army painted and they look identical, and you paint, a new squad that you've added in, and the green isn't the same, I get it can look kind of out of place. But you can always get a mix that's pretty close. And in that case, if you are having to mix like two colors to get close to a one that you've had in the past, make a lot of it. Don't mix it, on your palette. Mix a bottle of it or 2 bottles of it, whatever. That's what I do.
Ace said Stolly sells comparison swatches on Patreon. What that means.
He's got swatches where it shows all the colors. And I think they actually are like painted on. So
Jimbo said, I like my 3-foot rule. If I hold it out and it looks good and on the table it looks good, then I'm normally happy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's one of the things I've never, even before we made our own paint, right? The problem was that the other manufacturers, I'll just be honest with you, don't make their batches consistently because they don't make their paint. And so from one batch to the next, their control on whether the color matches is very bad. And I would buy a manufacturer's paint and paint with it, fall in love with the color, use it on my Army, and then go back to buy more, and it would be a different color. Like noticeably different color. I'm like, how, what, wait? And, you'd go back and they just give you the line of, oh yeah, that happens. And so you just get used to it. Like, maybe you have to mix it differently. Maybe you have to shade it differently.
There you go. Fjord Horde's in the Army and said, my summer uniform has drastic color variation just between the elbows, knees, and the rest of the uniform.
Yeah,
for some reason, the
rub it on
elbows and
stuff.
knees stay vibrant while the rest of the uniform fades fairly quickly.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I think I just painted the sleeve, didn't I? Rip me.
Yeah, we hear that quite a lot as one of the, one of the benefits of our painter, one of the pros of Pro Acryl.
Our consistency.
It's the colors are consistent.
100%. We have
a bottle of Bold Pyro Red from 2018, and it'll look the same Bold Pyro Red you buy tomorrow.
Jen can attest to this. At our lab,
yeah,
we have batches.
Oh my goodness.
That date back years.
Yeah.
That we can compare color to, so that if we ever had to replace a pigment, a manufacturer stops making a pigment we use, and we have to source that color from someplace else, which happens, that you never have to know that.
Yep.
Right? That we can go back and make sure that it matches paint that we made 4 years ago.
You got to remember that we make the paint, and we are also painters. So that's a big part of the process.
I've gone through all the same hassles you guys have. I know the pain of my favorite color, ivory, mahogany, not being right when I bought them the next time. And that's so frustrating. Because I don't want to have to buy 14 bottles of paint at any one time. I want to know that jade is going to be jade when I go buy jade. Yeah. And if for some weird reason it ever wasn't, we would let you know. Hopefully in time to go buy some of the color you love before we change it. But we've never done that yet.
Draw, don't eat it. It's not food. Jeff Before Dishonor said, I've been using your blending technique from the Just Do This video.
Yep.
I've been adding my brighter colors to the mixing cup of the one step I use to base coat. How do I apply that blending technique? The same way, just thin with water and follow the same process? Or is there anything different I have to do when adding regular pro acrylic paints to one step?
Nope, same thing. You're going to have to think about, like, if you're taking a one-step color and you put it on the model and then you want to turn it into a highlight, you're going to have to make sure that you are balancing the opaque color well with the one-step color so that it loses its translucence. That's the only thing, right? If you're making a highlight color and it's largely your one-step color, you're going to want to maybe add a dash of white in there that has some. White is one of the most opaque colors we make, and it will help you overcome that, so that when you do like a thin panel line, highlight, that it stays visible, because obviously one step is less opaque. But yeah, you mix them together, add it, thin them with water, everything. That was the beauty of how we developed one step, is that it acts like a normal paint. You don't have to use the one-step medium to thin one-step paints. The one-step medium is to turn your regular paints into one-step paints, and actually a very, very good airbrush medium. But yeah, you don't have to thin your one-steps with anything special, just water.
Jade said, I will always be Jade, as expected.
Witch.
So.
She's a witch. She'll turn you into a newt.
Pikmin.
What's going on, Sinjin?
Sinjin, hello.
I think Chris initially did these guys so that I had them to do with one step, which is why they have the white primer on them. And now I'm not using one step at all. So now it's a lesson in painting over white base, which I never
usually do that.
So those that may be new here, I typically start over a black primer. Like I said, when we came out with One Step, Chris primered a bunch of models so that we could use them on the show. And here I am with a bunch of models that I'm having to paint over with white.
Plus, said, who else wants to call the second set of One Step the two-step, like the dance?
We so want to. I have been joking about that.
Somebody in Discord, this was my favorite, wrote, if it's not called One Step Set 2 Electric Boogaloo, I will riot, or something like that.
Yep.
Like, yes.
Yep. So we might just do something fun with it. Electric Boogaloo. I saw that comment and I was like, okay, that's really good.
No, Stan Wizard's Butt is, it started out as so like at the end of a run of paint, there's still a little bit of the paint left. And so our production team would kind of strategically mix some of those things together to create an additional run of paint, but it wasn't part of the real line. So it's just a blend of regular paint.
Non-batch, usable pigment. We don't have enough to make another batch with.
Not enough for another batch, yeah. That's
and
what
we don't,
those are the words I was trying to get out.
And we don't mix batches. So
yeah. So no, it's not because of a mistake or something that wasn't right. It's not enough to make another batch.
I'll make the boots a little bit darker and start with black brown.
Awkward eye contact while eating a banana Wizard's Butt is still my favorite. That is a good one.
Yes. Much, much, much. Oh, and I also, while I'm thinking about it, I need to fix a thing I saw.
How many Wizard's Butt colors out there? 10? You know?
How many what?
How many colors of Wizard's Butt?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on my desk. I think there's 14 total.
Oh. I haven't gotten any for a while.
I have colors that were never released, though, so.
Oh. So that's not the answer, then.
Well, it is, and we made them.
Oh,
Whether
they
you
just
got
haven't
them
been
or
giving them
not.
out yet. Haven't given them out yet.
Whether you got them or not yet.
They used to give me. They would bottle one or label one specifically for me with an upside down label.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've gotten one of those. Ruben, if you're listening, you're slacking on my upside down label bottles.
Jen used to have pretty much a whole set.
They made me a whole set for my birthday a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They
She
made
had a
me
complete
full
set of Pro
set
Acryl.
of Pro Acryl with all upside down labels.
All upside down labels.
It's just because it used to be a thing. Before we actually started putting the labels on ourselves, we would get the bottles pre-labeled.
Yep.
And every once in a while, you'd find one upside down, and I'd be like, "Oop, that's mine."
Yeah, because we wouldn't send them out.
'Cause we wouldn't sell 'em.
And they weren't a lot, so they were very rare. But she really liked them, and so she had them all the way back to like
It was
the
a thing. Back in
small bottles.
The small bottles. Yep. You have 7. How can you get the others, old gamer? You got to go to shows.
Did you buy the set? So you have 6 plus 1 you got at a show, maybe? There were 6 in the set. And then we've done quite a few different ones at shows.
we could put Electric Boogaloo as the little Easter egg on set 2.
There's a spot in the crease of the shoulder where I didn't do the yellow tunic, so I have to recreate that real quick.
Stan wants to know how you would paint a beach base to make it look different than a desert base.
I mean, the beach
Water.
is just the desert with water and shells, right? So I don't know that
Add
there
some
is a difference.
seashells
Is there?
and some water. Maybe a little seaweed.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a thing. I think they're the same. Sand is sand is sand. It would be the accoutrement that you put near it that would change, I think.
And you ordered the whole thing. So you ordered the Wizards set. That gave you 6. You said I was thinking more like wet sand.
Well, that just turns into various shades of brown, right? So I think working in something like dark umber into your sand color to provide the wet look is probably a good start. And then I think the irregularity of that patch of color is what's going to sell it, right? And don't make the whole base like that. Have it just be sections where it looks like the water came up and then retreated or something, if that's what you're going for. If you're doing like some sort of army that's coming up out of the water, that could be really neat.
Haley, I have a copy of How the Grinch Stole Christmas that's upside down on the inside, and I love it.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Those odd printings can be kind of neat.
That's why I like my upside down bottles, because it's odd.
Yeah, there weren't ever very many of those, which was lucky for us because
Yeah.
we were small and couldn't afford for there to be very
Right.
many of those.
Yeah.
But when they were, it was kind of fun. It frustrated the hell out of me until I would see Jen get excited.
Yeah.
Oh! And then you're like, okay, there is a bright spot in this. It may be hard to see right now. Just a little bit of pale yellow, bright pale yellow, in with the Payne's Gray. Gives us the, I guess, dark mid-tone. I never know how to talk about this. Like you do a base coat and it's your shadow color, is generally your base coat. And then it's your first mid-tone is a dark mid-tone, and then your second mid-tone brightens up. And then if you're going quick, then your first highlight is a darker highlight, and then your second highlight brightens and goes to your final step. And then when you want to, you know, go quicker, you just erase the in-between ones, and you go base step or base coat, and then mid-tone, and then highlight, because you always need to make sure you've at least got those three colors on every part of the model when you can. Try not to shirk that one.
Bye, little Billy.
Little Billy, you leaving? He's just Mrs. Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we can't fulfill you.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe because you're spending time with your brother who's on leave.
I'm sorry we can't be as interesting for you, Christopher.
Skillless Bacon asks, would Monument ever release spacing things outside of texture paint, like plants, etc.?
Probably not, only because that's such a wide amount of things. Yeah. I would really have to think in terms of, okay, what does that really mean? Boy, that's a huge, and with the advent of all the 3D printed stuff you can get now, it feels like there's just too many choices, and I don't know that I could appeal to enough people with what we made to make it worth doing. We'd sell some, you know, but it has to be a commercial component to everything we do too. And you know, I'd really have to look at it and say, okay, what makes this a success that's different from things you could find out there right now?
Follow-up question, would you ever work with another company that already does?
Sure. Yeah, we've tried to work with other companies that do like grass tufts and things like that in the past. That's a tough world. The big reason why we haven't is because those guys work on such tight profit margins that we can't find a way to do business with them. So we've always looked at, well, we'll just make our own. You know, it's the part of business we don't like is that you can't work with everybody because they may not have enough profit built into their product to allow you to have too many cooks in the stew, because the only person that suffers in that world is the consumer, because you drive the price up to make sure everybody gets paid, and that's not the way we do things here.
Yeah.
So
Silver said, I'd honestly rather see Monument keep cooking on the things they do better than everyone else and buy the basing bits that already exist.
Yeah, like I have, believe it or not, I have a lot of tufts underneath the bench here. When you see me put tufts on things, they are the tufts that we demoed or sampled to make our own. And we have a lot of them around the office that people use randomly, but we never pulled the trigger on it. Because in our situation, it was that the factory couldn't guarantee that the tufts were the same every time they made them. They said there was too much variation in their process, and so I felt kind of weird about that. I'm like, well, if I sell you a tuft that you really like a desert grass, and then the next time it's a different color, a lot of people don't. I paint them, so I don't care what color they are, but a lot of people just want to slap them on and have them work. So I was like,
too many cooks in the stew.
Huh?
Too many cooks in the stew. Game Delay said that's his new favorite saying.
Have you not heard that before?
It's too many cooks in the kitchen.
No, too many cooks in the stew.
It's cannibalism.
Yeah. No, it's always been, to me, it's always been too many cooks in the stew. Everybody's trying to add something to the sauce, to the stew. I'm from the South. Don't blame me. That's the way I was raised.
Cypher Spy said, for stippling, is there a process for it, or is it just put some paint on the wet palette and dip the D3 brush and start stippling? That's an interesting question. Do you use a wet palette when you dry brush?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I know you don't, but like, is that, do people, when they dry brush, do they not use their wet palette? Or do they still use their wet palette?
Well, I need to understand, because stippling is the idea of, like, in painting, we would call it like pointillism. You've got like some people that would paint in full canvas form with lots of dots. Stippling is creating dots to, you know, in our world, usually to make textures, but can also be used as a way to blend. But when you're saying stippling with a D3 on a wet palette, that makes me think that you're more smudge brushing, like you're trying to do full coat blending on like a tank or something. Help me understand what it is exactly that you're doing. Because, yeah, I don't call that stippling. It's more smudge brushing. Stippling needs to be more controlled where you're actually able to make sure that you're doing your paint in that dot pattern. Um, so, but for smudge brushing, yes, what you just described is perfect. You know, you get your brush semi damp and a big dry brush, you know, like our DD3 or any of the DD series domed dry brushes, and then you press them onto the model more than making a brush stroke with them, and that press leaves a smudgy kind of, you know, paint blotch that when you do it quick enough and all over the model will give you a blended look that allows you to do, like, I like it for painting tanks when you don't have an airbrush. So we show people that all the time.
Sounds like Cyberspy is using methodology number 27 for dirty metallic steel.
Dirty metallic steel, yes, for the base coats of the rust colors, right?
Do you want me to pull up that methodology?
No, I think it's going to be the rusty metal or one of those. Yeah, you can do that. And we'll call it stippling because you're banging the brush, but it's really smudging. You know, whether the terminology on the video says stipple in the writing or not, it's more of a smudge because you don't, you know, stippling would give you a bunch of dots. When you smudge that brush, it gives you a bigger lump of paint that feathers out at the edges because of the dots.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of dots, because it's domed. So when you press it on there to get the full effect, you're going to smudge in the middle. And you do that very quickly to build up your colors. So I guess each brush hit is a big dot, you know, and you do a bunch of that. But yeah. Stippling in its finest sense is when I'm sitting here, you know, and I will do this. I will come in and I want to blend colors by doing this along the edge, right? And I'll just do a bunch of small dots with the tip of the brush. And then I group the dots closer together as you want to get towards your solid color that you're blending into, and further apart as you want to get out towards the other color that or the color you're blending to versus away from, right? And it allows you to do like textures for like wool sweaters, and you know, you can imagine skin and flesh and all sorts of natural textures, but that is what typically we're doing. This is very rough, but you know, you would do something like that. So you create a dot pattern that gives you a blending surface. And you have people that will do this to blend between their panel colors and to help, you know, smooth things out. It's very time consuming, but once you get good at it, it can be very effective. As you see, as I fill things in, I can make it be a pretty nice gradient.
Droth asked if there's a way to stipple without ruining your brush, and I imagine you would. It's just going to ruin your brush.
Stippling is a technique that you've decided that you don't really care long term. Just honest.
Maybe use an old brush.
Just honest, because you're going to break the tip on a sable brush by doing it, and bend the tip on a synthetic by doing it. No questions asked. There's no way to do it without doing so. I have cut stippling brushes before that are very tight, very small, but they make very specific dots, and they're for things like P dot camo on small miniatures, like 28 millimeter German infantry that wants P dot camo, you know, and you go in and you just want a circle. So you don't have to paint a little circle all the time. You just make a small, tight, bundled brush by cutting a brush down. But it doesn't work for blending as much because it puts a bigger dot.
Jimbo said, I'm so glad my friend talked about your paint. I got the Mega set a couple years ago and then a few more here and there, but it's the only paint I get now. Thanks again for
awesome.
Such great
Thank
stuff.
You.
Your streaming videos have also taught me so much. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you, and thank you for doing what you do. Thanks for being part of the hobby and sticking around with our craziness.
I feel like I say it all the time, at least once every stream, but we don't do this without you guys. So we appreciate you tremendously.
Know us without you.
Yep.
It is the truth. I wonder if I'd just be painting, talking to myself. Probably. She knows me too well. She's like, yep, you'd be in there making pew-pew noises. And
when you play games, you talk a lot. I mean, I don't know that you do much when I'm not in there. But when I come in there and you're playing a game, you talk a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I talk to my video games.
Like you narrate what's happening and...
What in the world? A lot of it is my dismay with boss mechanics and why I suck so bad.
I feel like you're trying to help me immerse into it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Make it seem like it's a lot more cool.
He's trying to
a lot more cool and involved than it really is. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there.
Saying you need to play this game and win it for me.
That's
No.
usually what I say when I'm very frustrated. She walks in. I'm like, all right, I need you to finish this for me, hon. I know you can do it. You don't have faith in you, but I have faith in you.
Mo, if I hear him from outside of the room, like if I'm in the living room and he's playing a video game in his office, it's cursing. Sure. Sometimes pounding on the table and yeah.
Pound on the table. The last time I did that, you walked into the room and I threw the controller. For effect. I banged the controller on the desk. Like, God, forget what I was playing. Bloodborne or something.
Confirm or deny Jason curses a lot when not on stream. I mean, he curses a normal amount, I think. Not embarrassed to be around him in public.
Yeah, I'm not a drunken sailor. I do it for effect where it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just ignorant.
No, we've always been a family channel. I don't know about when it was only video games. I don't know. But as far as painting, we've really, really tried hard to keep it clean.
Yeah, my feeling has always been I never know who's watching, and I never want to try to guess. You know, I don't want to limit somebody coming in here and hearing a bunch of foul language and being like, "Nope, I'm out." That kind of limits your ability
we don't want someone to be like, "Oh, I don't know if I can have if I got the kids are in the room. I don't know if I can put on the monument stream because Jason swears all the time."
Nah, it just never
doesn't happen.
Never my thing.
We do talk about poop and
you just tell poop jokes.
But
so do your kids.
That. That's right.
So do your kids. So they should feel right at home. When mom and dad cringe, the kids probably love it.
Yeah.
That's the way we want our stream to be. If mom and dad are cringing, the kids are like, when do we get to watch the man on the TV with the paint?
Well, poop today. Good job, Mo. I didn't want to say it because of that, Zilfer.
What's that?
I'm not saying it again. You're not tricking me.
You're not tricking me.
20% of the things my 5-year-old says are bathroom related. Sounds about right.
100%.
Cursing for effect and not at people is actually a sign of high intelligence. I agree.
Don't call me smart. I can use words. It's funny because I'm the punk rock looking guy, the big guy with the tattoos, and I'm like, people start communicating all back ass words, and I'm like, communication is the only thing that sets you apart from every other living thing on the planet, and you've chosen to completely destroy it with the language you're using. And people look at me going, really? From you? I'm like, just because I look like this doesn't mean I can't speak intelligently.
Bogus said, I want you guys to start thinking about what you're going to have for dinner tomorrow night. What about tonight? We have to eat tonight, too.
I was going to say, we do have to eat tonight as well. Jen made chicken and rice last night. It was really good.
I made chicken and rice last night.
Really good chicken and rice. I have grown to where I'm fine with chicken and rice. It's so good.
You get bored with it pretty quick.
It depends. I mean, I feel like it's a dish you can put stuff in to jazz it up a little bit. Yeah. Spices, and you can have chicken and rice from around the world. You can have.
Dan said, my 2-year-old daughter looked at her mom today and went, "You're making me effing mad." Then she saw the dog pooping in the garden and went, he's done an effing poo. I'm supposed to be mad, but I'm impressed she used it in the right context. I am a sucker for those videos of kids swearing. I just think it's so funny.
When they startle the parents.
Yeah.
The parents, like one parent is mad and the other one's laughing. Even if it's staged, they work well. Yeah, like dad's usually cracking up or mom's cracking up. Hard to be mad.
D. Schmidt said Jason looks like a scary biker man. Jason is really a teddy bear. Facts.
I will scary biker it up if you force me to.
Yeah,
but
he can scary biker it up for sure.
but I don't like
Those
that.
people don't need to know
I don't
about
like
the
that.
teddy bear. Yeah, the F word does so many uses grammatically, so many different parts of speech.
It's like that thing on dude, like
Yeah.
the 5 million uses of dude.
There's a trend now of you take a phrase and you have to say it in different ways. So like the same phrase and you say it excited and disappointed and angry, and it's pretty fun. Jason reminds me of a cool uncle. He is a cool uncle.
That was always my goal as a kid. Was like, when I got to the point in my life where I was like, I don't know that I want to have my own kids, but I do want to be the cool uncle. Unfortunately, I'm not close to my nieces and
We
nephews.
don't live near any of them. Girls certainly thought it was pretty cool.
Ha! They got to come and hang out with us
Yeah.
and do the fun
At
stuff.
Adepticon.
Like Aunt Jen does cool stuff. I was hoping they'd really relate that to you and you become the cool aunt. Because yeah, that was a lot of fun. Her nieces and their family came to Adepticon, and that was a lot of fun to watch them see. You can tell your family a million times what it is you do, but when they get to come and participate, they got to paint, and they painted some miniatures and had fun, and I think that really brings it home.
They liked it. The chicken and rice recipe is ridiculously simple. It's just plain white rice. I do cook it in broth for a little extra flavor and a little extra protein. And then it's literally organic canned chicken that I heat up.
Oh, it's so good.
With butter and salt. That's it. So simple. It started when Jason was having like some stomach problems and had to eat, a really bland diet. And it stuck because it's really good. I put peas in it or like broccoli if we have broccoli. Whatever frozen vegetable I have, I'll throw it in there. Can you say don't eat the paint 4 ways? So say it like you're disappointed, like you're angry, like you're excited, and I think the other one is like flirty or something. You want to try it?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the 4 ways?
Say it disappointed.
Don't eat the paint.
Okay. Say it angry.
Don't eat the paint.
Say it flirty.
Don't eat the paint.
So good. What was the 4th one? I don't remember. Excited?
Don't eat the paint. On command.
So good.
I even had a little pep in my step on the excitement one.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. There you go. Check my drawers.
Now do the same 4, but say eat the paint? No, we don't do that.
They record
You
it.
guys will record that, blast it all over the internet.
They will clip it and be like, we learned the truth today. Bastages.
Punisher, I just made a note for Christopher.
For what?
For those.
Oh, for what I just did?
Yeah.
No, I only did it because he's not here to record it.
I give him, anytime something good happens on stream, I note the date and time and I send it to him. so he could do with it. Speak French, no, but Jason always, if he does curse on stream, he'll immediately say, pardon my French. And then I have to correct him and say, that's not French.
Oh, it's French.
I was really thinking I needed to, but I took French in high school. So 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. So 3 years of French, maybe 12th grade too. 4 years of French in high school. And then I stopped. And so I think I could pick it back up again pretty quickly. And I've been thinking I need to brush up on my French before our trip, but that's like a week away. So I don't think I'm going to
Good luck with that. Wow. Talk about cramming for the exam. I just go play the dumb American. Un, deux, trois, four, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, nine.
I mean, if you can, I think that they wouldn't be offended if you tried German either. I speak German there.
In France?
Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
They are multilingual in Europe.
Okay, so I got told today by a French CPA that their multilingual is French, French, and French. That's what he told me today.
Well,
he said, yeah, the French were kind of weird. He goes, we speak 3 languages. The first one's French, the second one's French, and the third one also French. That's what he said. So I was like, well, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of going along these shapes for the non-metallic steel and sketching in my brightness. I'm as you can see, I'm being very sketchy with it, open-ended with my brush strokes, just to put some light direction on there. I don't really have a light direction on this guy. I'm just painting for effect. So that's kind of fun when you do that because you can be a little bit more freewheeling with it. It'll still look good, but I'm not doing any kind of dramatic lighting direction.
Is Jason doing this for a game or for the love of armor?
It's for Conquest First Blood. So eventually it will be for 100 Kingdoms army. This is a Crusader from 100 Kingdoms. And I have a full 100 Kingdoms army. I've done some of the knights in the purple and the yellow. So I did this as a quick palette cleanser to do the bisected yellow and purple on the tunic and the shield, just as a kind of quick fun lesson the other day. But now I wanted to get in and do some like darker steel. I say dark, it's dark right now, but it won't stay dark.
Your intention is to play the Now army, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you also are enjoying Now War Machine.
Yep.
So there's an army in it for that.
Yep. 2 War Machine armies, the Tau.
Very ambitious.
8 Conquest armies. Oh, I'm nothing if not ambitious. I am also never going to do any of that. It'll never actually happen. But it'll be fun pretending like it's going to happen.
Danger Boy would like to know, how should I be thinning white to act like a panel liner for an inside glow?
I think the one-step medium, if you have it, is fantastic because it allows you to kind of get almost an oil-like consistency out of your paint when wanting to have it do, like actual inner panel lining like that. The one-step medium really does. The paint just has a great viscosity and flow to it when you use it. So that's my first choice. If you don't have that, the glaze and wash medium mixed with water to make it into a wash works really well. I am on the top of the helmet, kind of bringing the light over to this side.
I said, what ratio can I go heavier than I think with medium?
What ratio for the panel lining? Is this the same
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Um, quite a bit, probably like with the um with the one step medium. If you use the one step, I think you're probably into like a maybe a 4-to-1, 5-to-1 medium to paint to get it to flow that way and still keep some pretty good level of opacity so that you get the color in there. You know, because if you thin too much, of course, you're diluting opacity, and then you're stuck with putting white in there for the glow and it not having an effect, right? So you got to be careful there. But yeah, I think like 4 or 5 to 1 to get that flow. You can always add more paint back into it if you need to, if it doesn't work for you. All right, now we're going to put a lot more of the pale yellow in there, and then we're going to have to jump to white blue or something because as we go up too much, although the bright pale yellow is keeping it pretty on target for a dull metal feel, you have to be careful when using the pale yellow. I'm using bright pale yellow, so there is a difference. And the bright pale yellow has less of its yellow content that will actually take hold, and so it's a little bit safer. But when using the regular pale yellow, it has enough yellow in it that when you keep mixing it with something like blue black or Payne's gray over the course of doing your steel, it will start to add a little bit of a greenish hue. It looks really good, but it may be unexpected for you if you're thinking about just grayish steel with a blue tinge. You may have to watch how much of the pale yellow, and you could just switch over to white blue at the point where it starts getting bright and gives you that greenish feel, or just bright neutral gray, something in that range.
Well, wants to know if you've tried the new Dan Abnett book yet.
No. What is it? Didn't even know he had one.
Five.
Uh-uh.
He said it's terrible. So apparently, don't waste your time.
Well, he failed to impress me when he did The End and the Death, as you know. Those books were not Dan Abnett books, in my opinion. It's almost like somebody ghost wrote under his name. They were so bad. So I'm not in the habit now of going and picking up books just because they have his name on, like I was at one point, which is a shame. But
Matthias, this is from Conquest, right?
yep.
Yeah.
100 Kingdoms Conquest faction. And this is a Crusader. It comes in the Men at Arms box. They're really cool because their games, their units are dual units, right? In most cases, you make each box comes and gives you two different units it makes, and they're wholly different sometimes. Well, sometimes it might be a ranged or a sword carrying version of the same thing, but by and large, every box does. Even the monsters have dual capability. So when you buy the big, huge models for $100+ they make two different kits. It's really cool. So this is Men at Arms and Crusaders, both of which are sword and shield guys, but they're totally different. So it's really a cool concept. You know, the Men at Arms look completely different than the Crusaders, and obviously vice versa. And they're for different inner like sub factions within the faction. The 100 Kingdoms is weird because it has like a military orders and a church religious based faction within it, and so it gets to be kind of cool because they can't take the units together, so each box set can turn into, you know, like a unit for each army, which is fun.
Bell, of course, said, do you have any examples using magnesium? I remember it working as an undercoat but couldn't find a VOD. Any other suggestions for it?
The video where we paint the Space Marine captain uses magnesium as an undercoat for the gold, I believe, and is a really good way to see me do that. I don't remember. I don't have the link for it, but if you go to our YouTube and hunt for the pic of the painting fast, you know, Space Marine captain, I use magnesium as the base for all the bronzy gold on this guy. The Terminator. I didn't want the shine to be broader on the shoulder there, so went back a step in brightness to get that to be a little bit more pronounced on there. We're getting closer. The final dump of just white blue is what we'll use on this. Even on a small model, sometimes makes really good sense to come in and do, you know, 3 or 4 layers of color before you jump into your brightest reflection. Even when you have limited space, it takes a little bit more patience, a little bit better brush, because you're going to need a finer point to get away with it. But at the end of the day, can bring the metal out a little bit better. Not as repeatable over a whole army, which is why I'm doing it on this guy, where First Blood is only maybe 12 models. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Skinner wants to know if the plan for all of the knight models to be done in an MM.
Yeah. I'm only doing 4. There's only 1 unit of these guys in the army. In First Blood, you can only take, I think for the troops, maybe you can take more, but I think you can only take 1 of each type of unit. But I think with the troops, you could build it up to maybe you could take all 12. Like the units typically come with a max of 12 in them, and you might be able to take all 12. But you buy them in groups of 4 to start, and then you add them one by one after that. So It's the skirmish version of the Last Argument of Kings, which is the bigger war game. And Last Argument of Kings is it's a rank and flank style game, which is a lot of fun. And you can take up to, I don't know, 40 or 50 models in that, maybe more.
Rash C Bandicoot wants to know if the base. What was the base of this metal? Payne's Gray?
Payne's Gray, yeah, just solid Payne's Gray.
And then maybe, can you talk about what the workup is? Because that's a follow up question.
Oh, yeah. It's literally Payne's Gray and Bright Pale Yellow is all I'm using. And I'm just mixing more and more Bright Pale Yellow in as I go. And I'm at as bright as I plan to go with the Bright Pale Yellow mixed in. And the next color will be White Blue. So it'll be our fake white, our brightest reflective color on here, unless I choose to do a little bit of titanium white for some reason to get the final really bright on the helmet, maybe. The chainmail, I probably won't go as bright as I do the top of the helmet.
Joshua Lee said, when are you going to paint a Skitari?
Oh boy. It'll be a while. I'm a big fan of the AdMech stuff. It has never really gotten rule of cool to me. I have a whole Legions Imperialis army for AdMech. That one interests me because they're small enough that I don't have to deal with all the crazy ramshackle bits on them and stuff. They're almost overly detailed for me. They have some neat units though. I don't know. I could be compelled. If I just have to paint one, that's a lot easier. You're going to tell me that I got to paint a lot of them, then we have an issue.
Jeff, before Dishonor, when trying a new painting technique and trying to advance your skills, do you ever find it hard to break old habits, old bad habits, or break away from an old style that you became comfortable?
Oh boy. This one's always tough because I don't know that I really ever. I mean, do we go and? Yeah, I'm so comfortable with so many of the techniques that exist out there that I have to sometimes like switch my brain into the mode of moving the brush either looser or tighter depending on what the technique requires if I've been doing the opposite recently. So that I have to spend time getting my head right. But nothing really that I think goes beyond that, if that makes sense, right? Because I paint so many different techniques anyway as we show you how to do them on stream that it is kind of quick for my brain to just switch over and say, okay, we're going to do this now. And it means I'm going to have to, not be so loose with my brushstroke. I'm going to have to tighten it up because somebody's asked me, how do you get really smooth blends? How do you wet blend? You can't be maybe as crazy and loose with your brushstrokes if you want to make it look, super ultra blended. So that's the only thing I really think about is that I have to take the time to re-instruct my brain to change my brushstroke. But I feel like once I get that figured out, and it happens pretty quick, that I don't really run into problems. Now, if you're talking about historically, good God, yeah, there's lots of times where I've been like, okay, what you really need to do is this, and why didn't I do the cone on the shield this whole time? Oh, chat, did you let me forget that? Everybody's going to go, we thought you wanted it to be a different color. Poor managerial duties, chat. You let me fail. Yeah, in the past, I'm sure there's been plenty of times where I've been like trying to learn a new technique and was like, oh God, this requires me to think completely differently and I'm not comfortable doing it. So I'm going to put the brush down, those types of things. But nowadays, no. Notice how I will, when doing these little cylindrical shine spots, I'm pulling paint towards the bright spot, but doing it from both directions around the cylinder of his head. So this way, pulling the brush stroke towards the bright spot right here and leaving the paint kind of in this area when bringing the brush our left to our right. And then you want to go our right to our left and do the same and try to leave the brush ending in that same middle spot. It'll bring all that brightness together so the paint leaves off right in this column and makes that brighter, but also gives you the ability to feather your brightness in both directions a little bit better. I always say don't just bring it one direction and go there to bright until you do your final highlight. Good habit to learn. Notice I'm not afraid to do rough brush strokes to get my color set in, and then just kind of come in with the same directional brush stroke and fill in the gaps. Almost everything that you're going to paint has a natural texture to it, even metal. So don't be afraid to leave a texture that feels intentional. Just try to not let your texture be lazy. I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a cylindrical shine here in the darkness, just so we don't have a part of the helmet that's all completely dark. Again, bring the brush strokes from each side to that middle line.
Game was like, you still have 5 days. That's plenty of time. I have faith in you.
For the monthly challenge?
Yeah. He's starting today.
He's always saying, "Oh yeah, it only took like 2 days to do that."
Yeah.
We have no sympathy for that here.
Drag racing.
Yeah, it's been happening a lot. I don't know if we had like there's like you guys probably can't hear it on the stream, but there's
Usually hear the sirens.
somebody lately that is like got a muscle car that either just started working in the area or is, opened up a business doing custom tuning. So I was like, "Brrr." I don't have much paint left on the brush right now, so I'm going to glaze with it. One of the things you can do if you're paying attention to the consistency of the paint coming off of your brush, even if you start opaque, you'll notice that eventually you'll start running out of color, but that color might still be usable for something less opaque. So a glaze, like you just saw me, I glazed and filled in the top of the helmet, even though the color I was using was more opaque for all the rest of this brightness that I've been putting on. But I could stop and use it as a way to kind of combine or blend things that might have been a little off. Now we will jump to white blue, my favorite highlight for non-metallic steel. And usually I use Payne's Gray with white blue, but you can see how the Payne's Gray and the bright pale yellow or the pale yellows gives it more of a blue grayish feel, kind of dulls it down. It lets it have the white blue be a little snappier and add a shine that is different than the base color of the model, which is kind of fun, even on something that's small. Obviously on bigger models this has a bigger effect, but
It's 3:45.
3:45. I'm actually making pretty good time for a slow painter like myself. You can see the jump from our brightest color that we were working on. This is how you really have to get the feel for non-metallic metal, is when to make this jump, where the last color we were painting was this, Now we have to jump to a really high contrast color, because this is what gives us the idea of actual shine, right? The reflectiveness is defined by this level of contrast that we're putting on right now. I'm going to pop in. You grab the focus just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work, but right there. No, it slipped. Oh no, it just started focusing was what happened, right?
It started going out of focus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like right there. Yeah, right there is fine. My idea for this was to have it be a little bit of a darker metal. I'm going to start my bright highlights pretty tiny, little deets and doots, rather than big bold lines, because that keeps all of that mid-tone on there feeling a little bit darker. Remember, you can still put, even on the what would normally be the shadow side of something you're painting normally, can still have a little bit of reflection from like the reverse lighting coming off the ground, the bounce light and things like that. That brings it alive. Looks like a cymbal on a drum set on this particular shape. Works really well. But you just want to do a little bit of paint there. It doesn't have to be very bright. And this is just pure white blue. We're not mixing it with anything at this point. You'll notice I take quite a bit of it off on my thumb palette. If you're new to how we paint here, you want to make sure that your brush can maintain a nice, tight delivery of paint. And a lot of times that means taking a lot of it off the brush so that when you go over here, you don't get it to flood the area, you know, especially when you're doing your final highlights like this, where you don't want it to accidentally dump a lot of paint out on one of these little chain links.
Dark Hatch, you're in the right place. Any questions? Let us know. Dark Hatch said the NMM gods knew that I needed to join this. Something I struggle with.
Yeah, that fear of when to make the jump is typically what gets people. Is that they will blend like a normal color, like doing cloth, maybe not quite like doing cloth, but you know, running like with other methods that you paint with, where you're doing smooth blending and you're going up through your color workup and stages, and you can get to a point where your stages make it look like it's just painted. It's no longer shiny, right?
That was my problem.
You got to make that jump, and it's the most terrifying thing when you're first learning it, because you're like, but wait a minute, my brain doesn't want to do that. That's not how you paint.
But then watching it, like, yep, that's what you got to do, because that, especially those round things at the top, like that's crazy. Ace has 2 questions. First one is, what would be your workup for blue plasma coil glow? And the second is, why is there not a blue fluorescent paint?
Blue doesn't fluoresce as well. We have a sample here that we went through when we were making it, and it just didn't ever jive with me. I wasn't making paint in the fluorescence at the time that I really cared whether or not they fluoresced, whether or not you put them under a UV light and got them to glow. That wasn't the point. I just wanted paints that were really, really bright when you made them for OSL, like plasma guns, like you're asking about. And blue looks more chalky and dull bright blue, if that makes sense. It's not highly saturated. When it goes under the UV, it doesn't work as well as the other colors. So when you paint it on there, you don't get the effect you really wanted. So we just kind of didn't release it. Could it come later on? Maybe. Everybody asked about it, and people really do want a blue, and I get it. I typically paint a white background and then transparent blue and or sky blue mixed over the top of that is the way I prefer to do it. Because with that white black background, you can get a tremendous bright blue going. And the fluorescent bit isn't quite, I mean, you got to paint the white background for the fluorescent anyway, but it won't matter unless, of course, you're looking for the glow bit. And I understand that if you are, and there's no way to fake that. That's the nature of the paint because it actually fluoresces, right? It soaks up the UV and then emits a color when you put it under the black light.
Well, Canoe said I've got 3 different fluorescent, in quotes, blues, and they're terrible.
Yeah, they're never good. It's just a nature of that pigment, right? It's just not, it doesn't work like the rest of them. It's not that it's horrible. It just doesn't work up to par with the rest of the colors, and I didn't want that to be an issue.
Joshua Lee is curious why that is for blue. Is it the pigments?
Yeah, it's pigment.
Joshua Lee also said
it's a frequency thing, right? Because fluorescing is a chemical reaction. That's why fluorescents over time dull, because they burn themselves out. Oh. It's a chemical reaction to light. If you look up just Google what it means to fluoresce, and you'll see that in that reaction, it's the wavelength of light that is soaked up and what's emitted through the fluorescent process, and blue just doesn't do it as well. It's the frequency of the light emitted that is so tough.
Also from Joshua Lee, if I bring my Old Dominion with me, would you play a game of Conquest? I'll be in El Paso the last weekend of August and wouldn't mind flying the extra bit to Phoenix.
Oh heck yeah, I'd learn. I'm not great at the game, but that sounds great.
Make sure it's not when you're at, I think Nova is around that time.
Oh yeah, it would have to be whenever it wasn't Nova open.
Nope, Ace, you've seen how much Jason tests things and makes sure that they meet his standards before he releases them. We wouldn't have just put it out just because. Skill is speaking, we don't ever say no, really, but we don't have any plans to do color shift paint at this time. No. But the last time Jason said no, I think, was when someone said you should make paint.
It's probably not wrong. We got asked on stream years and years and years ago, doing the stream for 10 years. Somebody on stream early on was like, you should make paints. We're like, no, why would we ever do that?
Yeah.
And now no. Look at it. Look at us now. Look at us now, Mom.
So now it's just, we don't have any plans right now.
I don't use them, and one of the big things we stand behind here is that until I can figure out how to work it into how I paint, and I don't just paint with one style, so it's not like I have to recreate my style. I just have to find a value in them in the painting world. And effects paints are really hard for me. I don't find a need for them very much because I can paint the idea of the effect and get a much more controlled version of it than I ever can by putting an effect paint on a model. Now, that doesn't count for something like maybe you've got a cool rust effect or something like that that does a good job, and I could see that working. Color shift paints are rough for me because they don't allow me to control the color on the model. The model starts to act different in different lighting situations, and I don't like that. It's why I like metallic metal, non-metallic metal so much, because where I put the shine is where the shine stays. If I turn this model upside down, the shine is still where it was supposed to be. The bottom of the model is dark and the top of the model is bright. Whereas other paints, if they're reflected, like the color shift paints and stuff, when you turn it like this, now the shine is on the bottom. So it doesn't ever really let me see what what story I was trying to convey with the model, because the story changes based on the light in the room. So
Skill of speaking, we started with brushes.
Yep.
Brushes, brush soap, bags. We actually sold other brands of paint.
Yeah. We sure did.
What would a magnetic paint be used for? Skill of
Magnetic
speaking
paint?
said, would you use a magnetic paint like the ones people use for nail polish?
Well, I mean, technically, our coal black is magnetic because it uses black iron oxide as a pigment. So coal black is technically magnetic. It's not, the magnetic part of it is just because the iron oxide that's in it, is a natural pigment. It's not meant to be. We don't use the magnetic for anything, so I'd have to know what the magnetic part of it was good for before I could answer that. I don't see in our hobby the magnetic being good for anything.
Roll the shine like cat's eye polish. I don't even know what magnetic is.
Yeah. Yeah, not anything I think about. Controlling the shine. You'd have to show me that so I could understand it.
Would you make a transparent medium?
All mediums are transparent mediums because they all will dilute the color and make it more transparent. The transparents as a paint are the way that the pigment generally is, right? Most of the finer art pigments are transparent or translucent, semi-translucent. I don't know that I can say fewer of them are opaque than not. I don't know that I've ever done that math to see how many opaque versus semi-opaque or transparent pigments there are. But in general, a lot of the pigments are transparent, and so our transparent line is those pigments with no opacifiers added to them, so they stay their root opacity, which is transparent, and then making them a little less viscous so they flow better, so they take the place of what you would be using inks for, because inks typically don't use the same high quality resins that acrylic art paints do.
Medium into cool patterns as it.
Hmm. Neat idea.
I'll look it up later. Links.
Nope.
Nail polish is one color, the magnetic bits are another. You pass a magnet over them and it binds the magnetic bits to the field of the magnet pattern. And then it stays there, or does it always change?
I guess as it dries,
As it
right?
dries,
It captures it there.
You have to do it when it's wet, and then it. Put that much effort in nails anymore.
Did you ever?
I used to do my nails every week when I was a teacher. My nails were always done.
And do something
but I did
fun
them
with
myself because I couldn't afford to go get my nails done.
Yeah. Did you do something fun with them, or
Just like
paint
French
them?
manicure.
That's where the
white tips.
The white tips, yeah.
No. Mostly it's like, what can I put on 10 minutes before I go to bed?
Yeah, I always know because it's like right before bed, the
smell it.
house smells like fingernail polish.
It's the only time I can be like assured that I will be still long enough for them to dry. I can't stand waiting for nail polish to dry. And I don't want to do the gel stuff with the light and all that. That just feels not right.
Scary.
Yeah. Oh, some of the girls that work for us go all out with the nails.
Do they? Like Jocelyn?
Well, Addie did.
Addie.
I had lunch with Brenda not too long ago, and her nails were crazy, and Addie had done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How funny.
He would. He's painted his own nails. Jordan painted Shelby's nails non-metallic metal once for a show. Looked pretty cool. We did sell magnets at one time, but not anymore.
They're difficult to import.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult. Turns out they're pretty bad if someone swallows. There you go. Stan said I finally stopped biting my nails this year. Honestly, the only thing I've found that's better is scratching.
Then biting your nails?
Scratching is the only thing that, like, the only benefit of stopping biting your nails is that when you scratch, it feels
Oh.
like when I scratch your back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think that the other benefit is that your nails are nicer, right?
Well, yeah. Thought it's bad if you bite your nails. Bad things.
Infected cuticles
Yeah.
and
We've sold brushes, paints, magnets, bags, attitude adjusters, brush lickers, and a sense of humor. Is there anything Monument Hobbies can't do?
no.
Wait till you see what's coming up.
Oh my god. They are not ready.
You are not ready.
You literally are not ready, chat. We have such a surprise for you. We have such amazing things for you to see. Insert evil James Bond laugh here. We've got some really, really fun stuff coming up. Well, one fun thing.
If you weren't here at the beginning of stream, you should go back and watch.
Well, that was some fun stuff.
That was some cool stuff. That's not exactly
But that's not what we're talking about.
But there was some neat stuff. Nope, no previews.
No, this one's going to hit you like...
This one's going to be, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah, on purpose, we are not saying anything until it's in your lap. And we are really hoping that you guys love it.
One of those things, Payne's Gray Primer?
No, I said it's not paint.
Airbrush. We sold airbrushes. We're not giving away puppy.
It's not paint. It's not a paint product, not a paint byproduct. Has nothing to do with paint. Well, it does have to do with paint.
It sort of has to do. That's all we're saying. Zip lips. We've got minis already. Baby J's car?
He doesn't know it yet, but yes, you guessed. I didn't think you could ever guess that, but yes. Remember I said we were going to give away a car? Well, there you go.
The Chevette?
I'm still trying to work that one out. I really want that to be a thing.
He's actually talking about this, which is like, oh my gosh, it's a lot, but got ideas. This is one he's held on to this one for quite a long time, you guys. This is, goes against what we said earlier about how Jason doesn't like to wait. Waited on this one.
A long time.
I'm very proud. Very proud of him.
A long time. This is no joke.
Pink plaid kilts with the monument logo?
No.
Talk to Gabe about that.
Yeah, no. That does sound fun, though.
We're not giving away the building. Absolutely.
Oh, wait, I said the other day that we would take a look at if we could raffle it off, what the legal ramifications for raffling off the building were. If somebody could win it for like $2, that would be a great story.
We'd have to sell an awful lot of raffle tickets.
$1 million. Right? Well, maybe it's $10, and then we only have to sell a few less than $1 million. But yeah, I mean, that feels good. I think that could happen.
We give stickers away in every order.
Yep.
So if you're not buying from us, you're not getting our stickers. But if you buy from us, that's one of the bonuses of buying directly from us is that you get a sticker and a note.
And a note.
And the clothing is coming soon. That's something we talked about at the beginning. Yep. Jason will show his hat again in a minute, but that's a new hat.
I have a new hat. Jen has a new hat, but it's not here. Maybe we'll have it by tomorrow.
I can't wait to get some Monument branded dilly bars.
I'm working on it.
Sugar Rush taxes are quite a lot. You don't. The big building. You're not buying a
hockey team.
Danger Boy's been saving Monument invoices and packaging for something. Who knows what? But I like the little thank yous on there. Make yourself a little collage.
Yeah.
The Fisters are coming to the NHL. Let's go.
We don't sell that much paint. We can't bring we're not at the point where we have a Monument hockey team coming back to Arizona. As much as we would like that. That would be great. Monument Hobbies. Buys the Winnipeg Jets. Moves them to a real hockey town.
You would have heard he used to have a hat that had eyes on it.
Yep. The Wizard.
So that when he would put his head down, it looked like a face.
It was the Wizard. It was
it had like a beard, right?
It had a wizard's hat and googly eyes and beard that was on the brim of the hat. And so when I would look down, it was the wizard staring at the camera. It freaked people out, so we stopped doing it. People were like, "That's really scary. I don't know if I like that or not." So I was like, "Okay, we'll stop."
The link to track an order is broken. Do you mean on our website or something? It would come as just a tracking number, not a specific link, where you can copy and paste the number into UPS or USPS or whatever. If that's what you're talking about.
If you're hitting the USPS site and it's not giving you information, check back because they may be down at the moment. And taking a light glaze and blending back my rough spots on the tops of
Firebrush look through the whole thing because they always send a sticker.
It may be in the packing.
It's probably
paper.
They're small. They're just little squares. So if you pulled out the paper, it could have slipped out into the box, got mixed underneath. A lot of times they'll get stuck underneath the flap inside of the box. So check the whole thing. It's there.
If for some reason you didn't, then next time you order, yell at them and they'll give you multiples.
Skillless Bacon, if there's a store in your area that you frequent, tell them to contact us. We have people ready to go. Everything is ordered through us directly.
Yeah.
Makes it nice and easy for them.
We don't deal with distributors any longer.
Directly from us.
Fired all our distributors.
Jason said I could get 100 stickers, please.
They would contact me. They would say, "Okay, we have a note here."
There's only like 4 different styles, so that would be kind of boring. We do have operators standing by to take your call.
Depends on what you were doing with the stickers, right?
we'll give them a reminder that every box gets a sticker. Monument is now sponsoring sticker spamming. Show photos of where you stuck one and win another sticker. No, because we change them out occasionally.
We got quite a few designs, but they typically only have like 4
yeah,
or 5 of those designs active at any given time.
Yeah. But there's a donate the paint. There's a wizard's butt. There's the hobby nerd shit. There's a unicorn.
There's the tap here one that was.
Oh, do we still do that one?
Malev. I don't know if we still do it
I
anymore.
haven't
We
seen
had
that one in a while. Bomb snail. That's about it. Brunei needs to make a Velcro hat so I can have a hat and use the go bag patches on it. That's a good idea.
They make hats with the patch spot on the front, right? Like for.
Yeah, I think that's what he's.
I think I have one.
Keep going out of frame. Do we want to zoom out?
Oh, am I out of frame?
Panic Bomb used the unicorn sticker as a color reference for a unicorn he painted. That's awesome. That's a Jason design from way back in the day.
I designed the bomb snail, and then Jen wanted a unicorn, so we did the unicorn.
That old cat said, "Hey, I've seen this model before."
He built it. He built it.
Yeah.
Philip built these.
The red brush vault was a limited thing.
Yep.
Philip wants to know the build quality. Was it up to your standards?
They've been pretty good, Phil. Yeah, pretty good.
Good job, Philip. White Moth Studio said, "How did you get the orange so nice?" He used Pro-Acryl.
That was last Friday's show. Yeah. I painted the purple and yellow-ish bisected tunic and shield. And so you can see it come to life there. It's just burnt sienna, warm yellow, pale yellow, I think. Right? I think that's all it was. 3 colors. And then dark purple, royal purple, faded plum. And yeah, just.
He said they were a massive pain.
These were?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They seem simple. But of course, I didn't do them, so I don't know. All right. We're at 4. Oh, we're over. 4:14. Do I have a meeting? I don't, do I? I don't know.
Thought you did, but not till later.
Nope.
Oh, did it get canceled?
I think it canceled because it was Chris and Gabe,
Oh,
our creative, bi-weekly creative, and they're both have chosen the bi-weekly creative week to be off. They stood me up, chat. And chat failed me because chat forgot to tell me I have to paint the thing on the shield.
oh.
It should have been happening during this whole thing too. We'll do that next time. Mo, you failed me. Failed me, Mo. You see the links, you know the time. If you're new around here, we do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona. We'd love to see you back. So hit the follow and the sub buttons wherever you're at, because we do it on YouTube and Twitch and Kick, and here pretty soon we'll be doing TikTok and Facebook. You'll be able to see us everywhere.
Look at that. We're going to be on the TikToks.
The TikToks. We're going to be a TikTok trend. So we'll love to see you back. Make sure to click the links that Jen has put up in chat there. Make sure to join our Discord. Over 7,000, I think, amazing artists just like yourselves. I love it. Great stuff going on all day over on the Discord. Great community, great place to meet friends, get inspired, do all the stuff, and keep up with all the crazy rantings we have going on around here. Yeah, ooh, TikTok. Yeah, I say the same thing. Never go near that place.
I love it.
Firebrush says, God,
today,
you're such a casual pro. What do you mean? Is it the hat?
Oh, show the hat.
We have hobby nerd, embroidered hobby nerd hats coming. Mine is red on black. I don't know that red on black will be a choice for you guys, but we'll see how well the pure black ones do. But we have the M and the hobby nerd embroidered, and I think there might be a nerd shit one. I don't know. I have to talk to Gabe. You have to twist Gabe's arm. But we have new embroidered hats coming, new shirts. Hopefully I have shirts. If not tomorrow, then by Monday, hopefully, that I can show off on stream. I think those will get you going. They're a lot of fun. So I'm excited for them.
Coming.
So lots of cool new stuff. I showed off the dun dun dun. I showed off the new shinies today. I say new. The forthcoming new shiny. Look at that.
It's so good.
It's so dumb.
That just so like put it back. Put that other one back, because the top part is the new, and the like the stomach area is the
current. Yep.
So you can see
the difference.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, really fun. The silver is like eye blinding as far as its shine and how flat it lays. They're pretty good. So go back and watch the beginning of the stream. That'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff there. We do this Monday through Friday. I said today is Thursday. We're back tomorrow.
We're back tomorrow.
Jen and I, it's been fun having you on stream all week. It's great.
Extra days.
So Jen, we've had 2 extra Jen days. Yeah.
This week, a couple next week.
So it's awesome. But stick around. Jen is going to find us somebody to raid. So show some love where we wind up. Carry on your hobby throughout a Thursday evening. And we will catch you back here tomorrow. All right, gang? Adios.